Okay, so my screen is visible. My screen is visible. Yes. Okay. Okay. So first of all, I'll give you the description of your task 2, which is data manipulation with pandas. And this task involves using the pandas library to manipulate data. And your responsibility is to load a CSV file into a pandas data frame, and you have to perform operations like filtering data based on conditions, handling missing values, and calculating summary statistics. Okay, so this is your responsibility. Okay, so now we'll see our code. Here is your code. Okay, so first of all, you have to import the panda library into your Jupyter notebook. Okay, so here you have to import pandas as PD. This here is your syntax. Okay, so in the panda library there are many inbuilt functions like info function, describe function. Okay, so for it we have to use the panda library, which is very important. Now our second task is to load a CSV file into our Jupyter notebook. Okay, so how to load a CSV file? First of all, you have to assign any variable name. Here I have used data. Then equals to, then you have to use pd.read underscore CSV function. Okay, this is your fixed syntax. You have to use this line pd.read underscore CSV. Okay, then in between the parentheses and in between the inverted commas, you have to copy the location part. So how to copy this location part? Okay, you have to go on your PC. Okay, then you have to go on the downloads part where your data set is downloaded. Okay, so the data set, my data set is, here. Okay, so this is your data set. First of all, I'll show you your data set. Here is your data set, and the columns it containing is observation Y, kappa, chip rate, VFCM ratio, glue flow, etc. Okay, and these are the rows. This is your big data set. Okay, so how to copy the location of your data set? You have to click your data set and you have to click right click here. Okay, and after clicking the right click, you have to go on the properties part. Okay, this properties part. Now what you have to do, you have to first copy this location part, and you have to paste it here. Okay, and after the location part, you have to add the double slash after the downloads. Okay, double slash, and in between also you have to add the double slashes. Okay, then after copying this location part, you have to copy this title part. Okay, this title part you have to copy and you have to paste it here. This is your title part. Okay, then in the end you have to write dot csv. This you have to write, it is compulsory, because otherwise your file will not read in the Jupyter notebook. Okay, so dot csv you have to write in the end of your title part. Okay, so first of all you have to copy this location part, you have to add double slashes, then you have to copy this title part, and in the end you have to write dot csv. Okay, so this is how you can you can import a data set into your Jupyter notebook. Okay, now we will analyze our variables. Okay, so for this we are using some of the functions for it. So here we are using the first function as type data. Type function will tell you the type of your data set. Okay, so type of your data set is pandas.co.frame.data frame. Okay, now comes the another function, which is info. So what info function will give you? Info function will give you the concise summary of your data set. Okay, like the names of your columns, okay, and some of the rows. As it was the big, as it is the big data, so it will show you the top 5 rows and bottom 5 rows and all the column names. Observation y kappa, and here are the all the columns. Also, it will tell you how many rows and how many columns are there in your data set. So 324 rows and 23 columns are there in your data set. Okay. So now comes the another function, which is describe function. Okay. So this describe function will give you the descriptive statistics of your data set. Descriptive statistics means this. It will show you the answer of these, okay, of every each column it will give you. Means the mean of y kappa column is this, the count of the y kappa column is this, the mean of the chip rate column is this, like so. Okay, this is your descriptive statistics, and it will be of every column. Okay, and it should be of only numeric column. Okay, numeric column, it will give you answer of only the numeric data type. Now our another function, which is drop underscore duplicates. So what this function will do, this function will drop means delete the duplicate rows from our data set. Okay, so it will delete the duplicate rows from our data set. So here is your result. By applying the drop underscore duplicates, your duplicate rows is removed from your data set. So how you will check this? Here see, here are the 324 rows, okay, and 23 columns before. Now it is 301 rows and 23 columns. Okay, your rows are deleted, duplicate rows. Now we'll check the null values. Okay, whether there are null values present in our data set or not. So what is null value first? Null value is basically the empty space, the empty value, the empty space in the column where there are no value. Means this, none. These are all the null values. Okay, here are no values present, so this is empty, this is null, this is here is null values. Okay, this is your null values. So first of all, we'll check by using the isNull function key whether in the data set, this is your variable data set. Okay, variable name of your data set, data dot isNull, whether there are isNull or not. So it will, isNull function will give you answer in the boolean form, means in the true and false form. Okay, so it will give you true if there are null values, otherwise it will give you false. Okay, so here you will see the position of 299, 300 and 301 row. Here are the NaN values in the chip rate column. So it will show you true here, rest all are the false. Okay, so yes, isNull function is this. Now comes the another function, which is isNull dot sum. So, this function will sum all the null values in the particular column. That how many null values are present in the particular column. There are 4 null values in the chip rate column. There are 0 null values in the y kappa column. There are 14 null values in the BFCM ratio. Like so. Okay. Now comes the another function, which is not null. Not null is just the opposite of the is null function. It will give you true if there are no null values, and it will give you false. See, here were the null values. Okay, so it will give you false here. So it is just the opposite of the is null function. Okay. Now comes isNull.sum function. So here two sums are included. It means it will give you the total sum of null values in our data set. The total null values. How many total null values in all the columns by combining the all the columns null value? How many null values are there? So there are 352. Total 352 null values present. Okay. So till here what we have did, we have to first import the library panda, then we have to load a CSV file. Okay, then we have to use some of the function like data info function, which give you concise summary, descriptive statistics, describe function for analyzing your variable. Then we have to drop the duplicates by using this duplicate rows by using this function. Then we have to check there are null values or not. So by using the is null function, okay, then we have to sum the null values. Okay, how many null values are present? So there are total 352 null values present. Okay, so now there are null values present. It is confirmed now. Okay, so now there are three methods for handling this null values. Okay, so first method is this. Okay, there are three methods for filling the null values. Okay, so first method is this, which is you have to use fill any function. Fill any is fill null values. Okay, fill any, and inside the bracket you have to mention the value that you want to fill in the place of null values. Okay, so here value equals 0 means 0 is going to be filled in the place of null values. Okay, so here is your result. 0 is added in the position of the null value. 0 these all are null values. Okay, so this is your first method for filling the null values. You can use any value here, it depends on you. Okay, now comes the second function, which is your forward filling. This is your forward filling. So there are, I'll tell you what is forward filling and backward filling. See, this is your data set, original data set. Okay, so in the forward filling, just look my cursor where it is. In the forward filling, this value, which is 15.167, will come here, here and here too. Okay, this is your forward filling. Forward, it will be filled forward. Okay, and in the backward filling, this value 14.308 will come here, here and here too. Okay, so this is your backward filling. So for the forward filling, fill any function you have to use, and inside the parenthesis you have to use method equal pad. You have to use method pad for forward filling. Okay, so here 15.167 value is here, here and here. Okay, forward filling is done. Now comes the backward filling. For backward filling you have to use bfill method, bfill. Okay, now here is your result. 14.308 value is here, here and here. Okay, so this is your backward fill. So these are the three methods in which you can fill your null values. First method is this, by applying any value. 0 is filled here. This is your forward filling. Okay, and this is your backward filling. Backward filling. Okay, now we will transform our data more. Okay, like we clean our data set more. This is the little bit advanced way. Okay, this is in your task 3 or 4, I guess, but I'll tell you here too. Okay, so for this, for transforming your data more, you have to import some of the libraries again. So this is your another library, which is import numpy as np. Okay, so this library is useful for handling the numeric data. Okay, so these all are the numeric data. These all are the numeric data. So for handling these values, we have to import the numpy library. Okay, then comes the from SciPy import stats. See, SciPy is the another cool library. Okay, so in SciPy library there are number of features. Okay, one is statistics. This is the statistics, regression, logical regression, etc. Okay. So from SciPy library, we are importing the stats part. Okay, so this is the necessary library you have to import. Now, in the more advanced way, what we'll do, how we'll clean our data set, we will detect the outlier using IQR. Okay, detect means we will remove the outlier using IQR method. This is your method. So what is outlier host? Basically, outlier is the unwanted data that we don't want in our data set. Okay, unwanted data. Let's consider a scatter plot. Okay, just see my cursor. Okay, this is your scatter plot. This is your y-axis. This is your x-axis. And scatter plot is a dot representation. Okay, scatter plot is a dot representation. So you will see all the dot is here, 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 here. Okay, only one or two dots are here, here or here. Okay, Okay, so these are the unwanted dots. Okay, means unwanted data that we don't want in our data set because it will alter your accuracy of your data set. Okay, so we have to detect these unwanted data and we have to remove this. Okay, so for remove, this is basically outlier. Okay, these are the outlier. So for detecting and removing the outlier, you have to use IQR method. Okay, IQR full form is interquartile range. Also, your IQR will only work in the numeric data type. Okay, only in the numeric data type. But you'll see here, see all are the numeric. Okay, but except the observation column. It is containing the datetime format. Okay, so we have to remove the observation column. So how to remove the observation column? Here is your syntax. Okay, we are using the data set dot drop. We are using the drop function for it, for dropping the column, and we are mentioning the observation column that we have want to remove. Then here x is equal 1. X is equal 1 means we are applying this in the columns part, not in the rows part. Okay, x is equal 0 means rows, x is equal 1 means column. Then in place equal true. In place equal true means when we set here true, it means you are committing the changes permanently. Okay, you are committing the changes permanently. So for this you have to use in place equal true. Okay, so this is your column names after removing the observation column. Observation column is removed. Okay, now we can apply the IQR method. Okay, so this is your IQR for finding, this is your IQR formula for finding the range of the each column. Okay, for finding the range, which is your IQR. So this is your formula. Q1 data2 dot quantile 0.25, Q3 data2 point quantile 0.75, and your IQR is Q3 minus Q1. Means it will, it tells you that your data should be in between 25th percentile till 75th percentile. Your data set should be in between this value, this range. Okay, IQR is basically range. It sets the range. Okay, and your data should be in between this range only. This is the fixed range. Okay, you have your data have to be in between this. Otherwise, if it will be low or above than this range, then it will be considered as outlier. Okay, and that is unwanted, and that will alter your accuracy. So IQR tells you the range basically. Okay, so this is your range from 25th to 75th percentile, and this is your IQR. This is your range of each column. Okay, now comes the IQR formula, proper formula, which says that if your data is less than this formula, which is Q1 minus 1.5 into IQR, or your data is above than this formula, which is Q3 plus 1.5 into IQR, then it will be considered as outlier and it will be removed automatically by this formula. Okay, not any function checks that this formula will apply on the appropriate values. Okay, and x is equal 1 means in the columns. These operation, this formula will apply in all the columns. Okay, so yes, it will say if your data is less than or above than this formula, then it will be considered as outlier. Okay, and it will be automatically removed. Okay, so this is your clean data. This is your clean data set now. Okay, and this is your describe. This is your descriptive statistics of your clean data set. Okay, so this is your statistics of your complete of your clean data set. Okay, so yes, this was all your, this was, okay, so this was all your task 2. Again I'm repeating this more transforming part. So you have to import the necessary library, which is numpy scipy. Then you have to remove the unwanted column. Okay, first, and you have to detect the outlier using IQR method. Outlier is unwanted data that we don't want in our data set. IQR is the method for finding the outlier. Okay, so this is how you can drop any column. This is your IQR range Q3 minus Q1. This is your IQR of each column. Okay, and this is your formula which tell you if your data is less than or above than this formula, it will be automatically removed because it will be considered as outlier. Okay, then this is your proper clean data descriptive statistics. Okay, so yes, this was all you have to do in your task 2. First of all, you have to import the necessary libraries. You have to import the library panda, then you have to import the CSV file, then you have to check the type and some concise summary and descriptive statistics for analyzing your variables. Then you have to drop the duplicate rows. Then you have to check the null values. If there are null values, then you have to handle it by these three methods. You can use any one of this. Okay, one method, and this is your forward filling method, and this is your backward filling method. Okay, and this is the more transforming way of your data set. For cleaning more, you have to import these libraries and you have to detect outliers by using IQR. Okay, so this was all your task 2. I hope this is clear.